So my friend and I had gone out to Arizona via the 10 East from Los Angeles, and on the way out there, we had noticed this abandoned railroad that went under the 10. So on the way back, we took exit 182 to Red Cloud Road that you can see here, and we decided to go check it out. It was getting close to dark, so we don't get that far on it. But it turns out what we were looking at was the abandoned Eagle Mountain Railroad, which formerly serviced the Kaiser Steel mine up in Eagle Mountain, and it linked that to the main Southern Pacific, now Union Pacific line that goes along the Salton Sea. So the track is pretty much intact with the exception of a few washouts, all the way from Eagle Mountain, California, down to the interchange with the Union Pacific, which is disconnected, but the track still goes right up to it, and that's down in Imperial County. Now here we're going south from the 10 East, and at the Red Cloud Road exit, you can see here we take this little dirt road that follows the train track and the rail right of way. We're headed towards Imperial County and the Union Pacific main line. Of course, we don't actually get there. According to Wikipedia, the line is approximately 51 miles long and 82 kilometers. So yeah, we're following the right of way here. Up here, you can see the maintenance sheds that we checked out. You can see those in our photo gallery. That we uploaded to reddit.com/r/rustyrails, and here I've sped up the video, of course. Yeah, that's those abandoned maintenance sheds. They're sealed shut. We couldn't get in. There's nothing in them. But we took a few photos, and then here we continue on, headed south, following the old right of way. And yeah, again, you can see it's getting pretty dark, so we only have a little bit of good daylight left here. We actually went back and explored the northern portion towards Eagle Mountain at a later time, and I'll be uploading an image gallery of that portion to reddit.com/r/rustyrails as soon as I have time. And if you want to check that out, my username on Reddit is Alex Barbershop, spelled just how it sounds. Now, you can see out here, you are in the middle of nowhere, and anybody who's interested in getting out here, you can see the exit number at the beginning of the video. It's Red Cloud Road. If you're coming from Arizona, it's just past Desert Center on the 10, on Interstate 10. And it's a good ways past it. It's just a little stub. It's not really clear why there's even an off-ramp in that area. Obviously, there was a reason for it at one point, but there's literally nothing for miles and miles in either direction except for this cool abandoned railroad that follows Red Cloud Road. And if you're headed from Los Angeles, the last outpost of civilization you'd want to look out for before you get there would be the Chiricahua Summit Airport, and like it's just past the Chevron and the General George S. Patton Memorial Museum on the 10 if you're headed east from Los Angeles. And the right of way is sandwiched right between on the north is Joshua Tree National Park north of the 10, and the section we're exploring here is right in between the Chuckwalla Mountains Wilderness and the Orocopia, I hope I'm saying that right, Mountains Wilderness. And there's literally the railroad just goes straight through absolute wilderness. There are no towns, there's nothing. It's not really protected parkland, it's just inhospitable desert all the way down until it intersects with Route 111 in Imperial County, where it intersects, like I said earlier, with the Union Pacific main line, although the connection is disconnected. And we actually went back after this on another day and explored the northern portion, which I'll also be uploading photos of to r/rustyrails in the near future. It's actually a much better album. It was brighter out. We got there a bit earlier, and it's really dramatic, really dramatic, closed steel mine. So that's definitely something that you would want to check out if this video is of any interest to you. Now this road is clearly maintained. I'm not really sure who maintains it. I don't know if it's the state or I know that Kaiser Steel, while it's no longer a steel company, is actually that was where Kaiser Permanente, the California's largest health insurance HMO program, actually came from. It started off providing healthcare to the workers at the steel mine that was serviced by this railroad until at some point in 1986. It says on Wikipedia was the last time that this line was used for any kind of revenue train. Now I'm driving a 2012 Ford Mustang, and so obviously the dirt road is pretty well maintained. I've taken it down worse, but a little later on here you will see that we have to stop the car because of a washout. Somebody was out there recently enough to put a traffic cone to warn people of the washout. I would suspect it's probably whatever electric company is responsible for maintaining these power lines you can see, because other than that, there's absolutely no trace of civilization out here whatsoever. And the right-of-way should be along the right here. You can't see it it's not plainly visible at all parts of the video, but it does follow this road. This road clearly was made to service the rail line. So it follows it pretty directly, with the exception of a few parts where it splits to avoid washes and other desert obstacles. The reason that we are slowed down here, if I remember correctly, is the road forks at some point, and one dirt road follows the power lines, and another one, which would have been to the right, and it's a lot rougher because it's not used anymore, follows the railroad tracks, I think. I could be mistaken. Again, like, there are no street signs out here. This is an incredibly remote area. But here we're turning around to go retrace our steps and take the other fork, because this one was veering a little further away from the railroad track. There's a little wash right here. Whenever it rains, the desert landscape can shift pretty dramatically because the soil is so dry and there's very few roots to keep it intact, which is what happened to a lower portion. There's a pretty significant washout, about 2/3 of the way from the 10 to 111 in Imperial County, that appears to have been almost entirely just eradicated by a big washout. That section's not more than a kilometer long, so it's obviously if someone wanted to revive this railroad for like tourist purposes or whatever, they could do so without too significant of an investment, because the infrastructure is pretty intact. We sped up the cameras here because we were off checking something out on the side of the road. Whatever that was, you can see from the album that I uploaded to Rusty Rails. And then here's the washout where we decided to stop. My car probably could have made it past this, but I didn't really want to risk it considering how remote an area this is, and I would advise that anybody else going out in this place would probably benefit from taking some precautions and bringing a lot of water, because until you get out here, there's really no sense. There's really no way to convey exactly like how desolate an area this is. There is just nothing for miles and miles. Even Imperial County is very, very rural. So even when this line does get to civilization, it's not civilization like Los Angeles. It's it's an otherworldly place actually. The Salton Sea is really cool and weird. So yeah, this is where we wanted to use the last of the daylight to get some good pictures. So we walked down and followed the line directly from here. Again, you can see whatever there is to see past here on the album that we uploaded to r/rustyrails. My username on there is Alex Barbershop. And then, yeah, I turned off the dash cam after this until we were leaving. We got back right as it was getting too dark to take any good pictures anymore. Obviously, I'm not driving this fast in reverse on a dirt road in the middle of the desert. I sped up the footage because it's redundant. But yeah, from here we just went back to the 10 and headed back to LA until we came back at another time to check out the northern portion, the place where it connects to Eagle Mountain, the steel mine that used to be there. Thanks for watching.